Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of April 26, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Aries, keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a message from source to you, something that they want you to consider so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Aries collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here? The Aries collective. Okay, Ten of Cups came popping out of the deck. What situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? At the bottom of the deck, you have Temperance. What situation in your life is asking you to have patience and determination? Tell me why the Ten of Cups is the tarot card of the week here for the Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is this their tarot card for the week ahead? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Five of Cups, we have Justice, and we have the King of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. Well, clearly it's not a particular situation, environment, or connection in your life, because for most of you, you have a situation, environment, or connection in your life that you are actually not happy with at all in that Five of Cups energy. You would like it to be the Ten of Cups. You would like to have emotional contentment with whatever or whomever this is. But currently you're not. Currently there's something here that is off balance in your world, in your life. You're quite disappointed over the situation, environment, or connection. You would like it to be rectified or rebalanced. And I feel like you're trying to, in this King of Swords energy, trying to figure out a way on how you can do that. Okay, tell me about the Five of Cups. What has been so disappointing here for Aries? What has been so disappointing here for Aries? Tell me more about that Five of Cups. Thank you. Okay. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Pentacles. I can interpret this a couple of different ways. I could be speaking to an Aries where you were expecting some type of news here in this Page of Pentacles energy, some type of news in regards to like maybe a new job opportunity or perhaps a pay increase for those of you who are employed, or maybe you are an investor and you were looking for some type of positive outcome or result in terms of like a long-term financial investment you've made. I don't have any indication here that it is a partnership in terms of like a specific person, like a friend, a family member, a lover, coworker, etc., etc. But whatever it is for you, you were anticipating good news or an increase, and that is not what you've received. You almost feel as if you are blocked. I was expecting this to work out in my favor. I was expecting this to be an equal exchange of give and take. I was expecting reciprocity. I was expecting a return on my investment. I was expecting long-term sustainable news. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, for some of you, this has to do with financial resources. And I feel like the result here has been something that is actually to your dissatisfaction. Justice. You're seeking justice in this situation. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going after the company that didn't hire you, or, you know, ready to assault or attack the employer who didn't give you the maybe the promised raise or the anticipated raise. But you are seeking justice, whether that means you're going to look for new financial revenue or avenues, or maybe even a new job. Tell me more about that Justice card here for Aries. One more shuffle. Thank you. Justice is being clarified by the Chariot. That's exactly what you're doing. Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. You are now seeking new opportunities. So again, just using work as an example, you could be an Aries where you applied for a job. You did not receive the job. You're quite disappointed that you did not receive the job because you were anticipating receiving at least the offer, right? It would be up to you if you wanted to accept or not. But you didn't even get the offer. And so now it appears here that you are pivoting and making a decision here to try to, I don't want to say fight in terms of aggression in that Five of Swords, but you're looking to like fight or claim another opportunity. So I'm now looking for another job, or I'm looking for another another source or another resource here for the financial opportunity. So it's possible for some of you, you applied for a credit card, you applied for a loan, you applied for financial aid, and you were denied here. Or you were, if you were accepted, it wasn't for the full amount that you needed. And now it seems to be like you are on the quest, or at least this is your advice this week. Have some patience, have some determination, right? Oh, right behind that, we have the Five of Cups, which is exactly what this is. So your advice here this week is to pivot, to not sit too long, to not wallow in the loss here, but instead to pivot and look for new sources of revenue, or like I said, maybe even a new job. I still have no indication here that it is in regards to a partnership. I feel like this was more a situation or an experience. King of Swords. I think this is the energy that Source wants you to embody in the week ahead. The King of Swords thinks very logically, very clearly. They're very decisive. They're very quick. Tell me more about that King of Swords. Tell me more about the King of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. And if the King of Swords is not the energy that you need to embody this week, then the King of Swords is representing the individual that you need to connect with this week. King of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Page of Cups, and the World card. Bottom of deck, Seven of Swords. Okay. It appears here that in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, which is taking place on May 1st. So what do I mean by in the energy? 2 or 3 days before, 2 or 3 days after. In that energy, you seem to be having a conversation here with someone about what transpired, that it was not to your satisfaction, or that you are displeased with the outcome here or with the current situation. So your tarot card of the week is the Ten of Cups. What situation in your life is bringing forth completion and total happiness? Not this one, but appears to be this one. You seem to be communicating here with another person. They could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here on the table. The World is the 4 fixed signs, so it could be a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Anything else you need to know about this conversation? It looks like you're having a conversation. Maybe how to restore balance, how to restore peace. Tell me more about this here for Aries. Anything else they need to know about the conversation they're having in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio? Anything else they need to know about this conversation? One more shuffle. Thank you. The conversation, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. Strategy, strategy, strategy. It seems like High Priestess, and you're going to keep this quiet. So it looks like there's a conversation taking place between you and possibly 2 other people, dare I say maybe 3 at the most. And it looks like you and this person, or you and this group of people, are now strategizing on how you can move forward. So a basic example here for you, Aries, would be you and your spouse applied for a loan. You were banking on it. You either didn't receive it, or you received it, but it was not in the full amount that you needed. You're sort of licking your wounds here this week, it looks like, or at least your advice is to start looking for new financial lenders. And this would be you and your spouse, maybe a financial advisor, something like that, discussing these various options, but you're keeping it to yourself, meaning you're not letting the lender know, who either, didn't, maybe you didn't qualify for the loan or whatever. It's like you're not letting them know, or you're not letting anyone else know that you're creating this strategy. If you were banking on some type of promotion or raise at work and you did not receive it, or again, did not receive the amount or the position that you were desiring, you are talking here to someone else. I don't know who that King of Swords and that Page of Cups is. Again, it could be your spouse, it could be your partner, someone that you trust. This is someone that you see as being truthful, as being honest. It could be like a headhunter, or maybe even like a job placement agency. But again, you're not letting this job know that you are displeased with something that occurred here, and therefore you're pivoting and looking for another job. So the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. I did not receive this Page of Pentacles, but I will be receiving this Page of Pentacles. At least that's your energy here this week. And the High Priestess, you're going to keep this quiet. Whatever strategy it is here that you are building or creating with another person, possibly a group of people. It looks like you are keeping it to yourself, at least for now. But you are acknowledging an ending here this week, that whatever it was that you were counting on just did not come to fruition, or did not materialize the way you were hoping. So what situation in your life is bringing you forth completion and total happiness? It looks to be this new, I'm going to call it the new path now that you are on as a result of this ending, or this dissatisfying or emotionally dysregulating situation or experience. 3 cards of advice here, please, for my Aries collective for the week ahead. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Temperance shows itself again. Temperance, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and that's 6 of Pentacles. So your advice here this week is to be very balanced, not to recklessly move towards this new idea or this new path or this new plan. Be balanced when it comes to moving forward. There's also something here about you are allowed to be excited about the new path or the new plan or whatever strategy you're creating with this person or these people. But I still get the feeling that you need to keep it under wraps and not tell too many people about it. And I don't know why that is. It's possible that you have an individual or other individuals who would not agree with this decision or who would not support you or feel that it is... I just heard not within your wheelhouse. I don't know what that means. They think you're not qualified for it or you're not possible of achieving it or attaining it or something like that. But your advice here this week is have some patience with yourself. This all happens for a divine purpose or a divine reason. It's to pivot you in a new direction. It's to get you to step out of a comfort zone, explore options and opportunities that you would not have done so before. And once you have this plan in place, then you'll be able to, in that Knight of Wands energy, to take action on it. But everything is just in moderation this week, it appears, as you're creating this new strategy. That is what I have for you, my friend, for the week ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. Don't forget to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, Aries, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.